Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I would never normally address. It's not anything really personal, but it's just kind of my thoughts on why I think Marvel's better than DC. And I think it's making pretty obvious that that's been the case if you've watched my YouTube channel for recent years. But, in celebration of Justice League coming out, as well as Thor Ragnarok, I think I'm going to talk about both those companies and why I think those two movies are probably going to be pretty good. I'm hoping Justice League is good because Wonder Woman was actually really good, but the one problem with DC that I think is now, before I delve into anything further, is that I think no other DC film has been as good as the Dark Knight trilogy, in my opinion. I just think that's the best DC has ever put out. But I'll delve more into that later on. But first I'm just going to delve into my thoughts on why I hope Justice League is going to be good, and I'll do the same for Thor Ragnarok, and then we'll just jump into more opinionated stuff. So let's jump in. Okay, so first off, I'm not going to play this entire trailer, but I'm going to talk about most of it. What I'm hoping for is a dynamic of characters that don't all like each other at the beginning, because it seems like Ben Affleck, or Batfleck, or Batman, is kind of being the Nick Fury of the team, if you know what I mean. Like, he's recruiting everybody. And what I think would have been cool is if they did something where at the end of each DCEU film, they kind of had either, like, Batman show up and try to recruit them. And I feel like that all the characters should have a depth of their own film before they all get crammed into one movie. I think I'm just used to that formula because Marvel did it. I'm not saying that DC cannot do it at all. Or I'm not saying that they have to do it. I'm just hoping that the characters all work well together. I think Ben Affleck as Batman is really good. I don't think he's a Christian Bale, but I think he is a exceptional Batman. Wonder Woman is really good. I think I already talked about that. Aquaman looks pretty good. I like where they're taking his character. Cyborg looks pretty cool. Flash, I don't know if I'm up for the Lightning, but who cares? Maybe I'll come to appreciate it later on. But I'm just hoping DC doesn't ruin the Justice League, because I've loved all of these characters when I was like really young. I know I'm still a freaking kid and I'm making childish YouTube videos, but I hope that they do a good job, because Batman looks awesome. I think they're fighting Steppenwolf. Don't count me on that, but I think that's what people were saying. But who cares? Wait, what do I mean, who cares? Of course people care. I'm just saying that in my opinion. Anyway, it looks like it's gonna be funny, so I'm excited for that. And that's kind of all I have to say about what I hope for Justice League. I just don't want them to ruin it, so yeah, I think we'll move on to Thor Ragnarok now. Alright, now it's time for me to talk about Thor Ragnarok. Oh, sorry. I was never really that interested in the Thor movies, nor was I really interested in that character, but after seeing this trailer, it looks like it's probably gonna be really good. Thor's hammer's gonna get destroyed, which I think is gonna be interesting for Infinity War, because there was some fan art or whatever talking about how he's not gonna have his hammer, but Hulk's gonna also be in this movie. I don't know what that frickin' watermark is. They can't know tech or anything. I got this off the internet. Who cares though? You can leave a like on my video. But I'm hoping that this movie has a good humoristic side, because Marvel films have really been good at getting that right in terms of getting characters that you like to be humorous, which pretty much started with Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, Avengers did it, but I like the cheerfulness that Marvel does. I think it's good for kids, and I think it's good for adults too, if they're just looking for something calm to watch, because Marvel movies are not really that calm. But I'm very excited for Thor Ragnarok. It looks better than I was thinking. So yeah, let's talk about the nitty gritty of Marvel and DC. Alright, time to get into the nitty gritty of Marvel and DC. What I mean by nitty gritty is the deep part of my opinion about Marvel and DC. First off, I just want to say I grew up with both companies. I still do like both companies. But you know, when I was growing up, I didn't really know a whole bunch of characters from DC. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I only really knew just like the basics: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash. Uh, but and then I grew up with Marvel, basically all the Marvel characters, because I pretty much knew almost all the Marvel characters, except for, I guess you could say, Guardians of the Galaxy. Um, but I love Marvel's movies. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I feel like DC has had a long history of movies. Same with Marvel. I mean, if you want to count Captain America, which was honestly the funniest thing I've ever seen out of that company. But you know, my favorite DC movie was probably Batman and Robin. Um, I don't know why. I just really like that movie. And then second place would obviously be the Dark Knight trilogy. Um, I just love Batman and Robin. I can't say it enough that I love Batman and Robin. I love their costumes. I love the nipple suits. I thought that was a great idea. But you know what? Marvel has had a long run. Same with DC, but like Zack Snyder kind of ruined DC. I haven't seen Watchmen. I think that was a pretty successful film for him, but I have not seen Watchmen, so be sure to check that out at some point just to see if he is a good director out of the DC movies. But Man of Steel I thought was honestly freaking hilarious, especially the beginning. But then Batman vs Superman came out. It was kind of like, okay, this is pretty bad, but where are you gonna go, DC? Like, where else are you gonna take us down this road? And then I think we got Suicide Squad, with Jai Courtney, which, by the way, perfect acting. But also, uh, those three movies have had nothing in terms of what Marvel's been able to accomplish. I mean, do you remember the nostalgia when all the Avengers were in a circle and Spider-Man wasn't there? It was like, it was awesome. Every time I see that scene, I just get all geeky because I'm a geek, obviously. But I hope Justice League will accomplish a humorous movie because I feel like DC's been overly dark and gritty. I hope Lex Luthor is not in Justice League because Lex Luthor was a horrible villain in Batman vs Superman. He apparently loves Jolly Ranchers. I mean, that's how he gets everything. So I'm gonna go buy a packet of Jolly Ranchers, and every time I want something, I'm just gonna plop it in somebody's mouth. So I go to the creator of, let's say PlayStation. Hey, can I get a PlayStation 4? And I just pop a Jolly Rancher in his mouth, and he instantaneously gives me one. But getting off topic. DC is also just kind of overly wanting to set up a universe. Marvel has that faith to it, but I feel like they handled it a lot better. But with Batman and Robin, they were gonna set up another universe, which I wish happened because I loved those nipple suits. But you know what? Things happen. At least I have a cardboard cutout of George Clooney in a nipple suit, which is freaking hilarious. But I don't know. Ben Affleck is leaving Batman, which is weird. Why would you leave him? Who are they gonna recast? Like, I don't even know. Who would you recast Batman as? George Clooney in his nipple suit again? I don't understand. Who would you recast to be Batman? Ben Affleck is good as Batman. I don't think like I said, I don't think he's a Christian Bale, but I think he's good. Henry Cavill as Superman is freaking hilarious. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is good. I said that in my review for Wonder Woman, but getting off topic again, kind of. I hope what I heard from the Batman movie was going to be some sort of Arkham Asylum escape thing. I don't know if they're still going for that. I think they're rewriting stuff, but like, who are they going to recast to be Batman? Like, that's just so confusing for me. But I just want to get into comic books for one moment. I personally think Marvel is tweaking less than DC in terms of comic books. I mean, I just read the new Moon Knight stuff, which was not hilarious, which was really good. But I like Superman, like he died at the end of BVS, and I'm not saying I'm really mad about that. I'm just saying why. You should do that like either the end of Justice League maybe or something. I don't want to get into a giant geek war. I'm just giving my opinion. But you know what? Both companies have put out good movies, especially Marvel. And DC has put out some really good video games as well. Injustice 2. So in a way, DC overrides Marvel in terms of non-movie, because, you know, DC has that advantage. They're owned by Disney. I don't know what to say about DC, other than, I don't know. They got a lot of nipples.